We're gonna start again with the prologue. We're gonna go all the way through all the chapters, except this time we're gonna side with the pilgrims and go down a faith-based city route. Now, why is that? Well, frankly, A, I'm curious, and B, we did the same thing in Frostpunk 1, so why would we not do the same thing again? We'll just leave everything, we'll do the same settings we did with the other game, with everything just done Citizen, to get a fair comparison between the two. Of course, I have more knowledge than second playthrough than I did with my first, so one could warrant and barely say that I should increase the difficulty, but we'll just leave it default. Now we have to do the prologue because I need to select what this, city was, right? Mysterious symbol. It is a symbol of faith. London is a religious city, so we'll see how what happens and how much the game changes and whatnot. We survived. Prologue complete. All is running out. Let's get to work. So now, instead of the stewards, we have the faith keepers. Okay, so interesting. I kind of expected that, so now I'm curious. What are the faith keepers gonna predict? What are they gonna suggest with New London and with Winterholm and everything else? I'm really curious on that, honestly, because maybe I'll decide to just F the pilgrims again and just go down the faith keepers. So, first things first, housing. Second, I need to extract the coal. In order to do that, you have to get 2 said coal. And this time, I want to extract these materials out of the way before I start building homes over here, because that was annoying. We're gonna do the same thing I did before, and we're gonna build our factories up top here. And we're gonna go ahead and build a food district. And then an extraction district on top of these guys. We'll just make one huge. And then another extraction district here for fuels. Then a logistics hub. I want to build a logistics hub. But we're going to build our material extraction district. And we'll also build City Hall. I should build in our food district here. Let us extract the coal. The Faith Keepers are the only organized faction and have a strong opinion on everything. They are devoted to what they claim was the last captain's vision, a godly society built on progress, equality, and tradition. -4 Fahrenheit. That's not too bad. Here we go. A bunch of stuff's coming online. Let us turn on the generator. Good work, Steward. We have secured a new coal deposit. Emergency council session. Oh, I wish I'd have known about that in the last one. Build that research institute quickly. The Faith Keepers and New Londoners want to lean on machine-powered mining, but the Frostlanders want to have us pursue a more frugal solution. What will be my options? See. All right, the coal mines. So, what is? So the Faith Keepers seem to be kind of just a name swap with stewards, in the fact that they have the same ideologies, more or less. Right, logistics. Kinda need it if I want to explore and do anything. Yep, take them back to the city. Desperately need them. Addition. Interesting. Guard enforcers. I'm surprised it's not like peacekeepers. Let's propose the apprenticeship. Family apprenticeship. I should really read what it is. That we're going to build a new research institute. Then also, we're going to go ahead and build a new exploration hub. It's like coal, coal, coal. O holy generator, provider, and sustainer, our light, our heart, our shining beacon, hear our prayer. Make us instruments of your light that we might fill the hearts of our flock with your radiance, and forever fight against the cold of the frost. May you forever warm our path.
Don't shield your apprentice from the dangerous aspects of your job. This is how they learn.
I'm curious to see what the other faction is. Can't be pilgrims, right? I'm gonna kind of wait until I see what the other path is before I kind of go hard towards one or the other. You like that? You like that little wraparound of that coal mine? I knew you would. I knew you would.
Steward.
When doors closes, the first crack. Steward, the Faith Keepers have begun their monthly processions, visiting each door in the city as a symbol of the captain's presence alive in every home. However, a selected group of Frostlanders refuse to leave their doors open. We aren't getting in their way. We just don't want strangers barging into our homes, one says. We are all one flock under his wing, urged the priest. How can we be united if one of us steps away? We're all doors open. We are all people with nothing to hide. Some group Frostlanders will oppose the decision. Relationship of Newlanders approve and Faith Keepers. Relationship worsen. Relationship worsens all. So we're just gonna support it because why not? Dual maintenance, please.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
We have a console, but will anything actually change? For years, the Faith Keepers have had their way. But if there is a change, to block some of their ideological ideas, we could show the city reason, convince them to adapt to the frost, embrace this new ice age and tear themselves. Those who disagree with the Faith Keepers GhJared discuss how they will change the city.
The Evolvers are now officially recognized by the city.
The
Evolver delegates will be joining the next council session.
These Evolvers prive cold rationality, personal achievement, and adaptation to the frost by any means necessary. They dislike city development effort, family, apprenticeship, and do all maintenance. Alright. Basically what's going to happen is whatever faction is supporting the rebuild the generator and beat back the cold, we're going to not do. Which I'm guessing is what the Faith Keepers want. So we're probably going to ignore the Faith Keepers and go down the Evolvers route. Which means we're going to have to change around some of our rules and laws and whatnot. But we can easily do that. There is no problem with that. What do we got? Some old observatory. Escort willing ones to New London. Engine, dismantle the wreck. And then an abandoned mine. Grab some trail maintenance. Trails. I have enough. What can I salvage parts. We found oil! Skip it, we've already seen it. We're gonna move with bodies. Back later.
The proposed law has been approved.
Paid essentials. Vote for paid essentials.
The delegates have spoken. The law takes effect.
I'm already trying to improve relations with the evokers, simply because I kind of have a feeling that's the path we're going to go down. Send colonists. Oil! There we go. Send out more people once I finish building this. Safe! So yeah. We must embrace the frost. We first need to upgrade the generator with adaptive pumps to use the new fuel. Then we must research furnishes that will support upgrading viable outposts to permanent settlements. They will provide a supply of resources that will not run out. Not all outposts are viable as permanent settlements, but there are plenty of useful sites around New London. We have to find them.
Please have your ticket ready when boarding city transport.
All right. De-radicalize the Faith Keepers. Thank you. So now we have to favor the Evokers, which want adapt, merit, and reason. So we go back in here. Durable goods. Goods demand per capita is slightly decreased. Close this one. Research waste repurposing facility. I love that idea. We're gonna do it. Oh. Time to shift our laws.
The proposed law has been approved.
Now that we are charging for such a sum, unemployment families are unable to afford basic necessities. Definitely do so responsibly. Harvest funerals, because that has reason.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
I've never had three different factions supporting me. It's nice. Fears of adaptation. Steward, the Evokers have begun gathering in celebration of the direction you've taken the city. They hold rallies to demonstrate the strength and ingenuity of their prosthetics and gush over how their self-inflicted evolution could bring about their utopia. It's a new world, and it needs new people, one evoker shouts, holding his limb afloat as he crushes a block of ice. Stronger, tougher, better, adapted. All of us can be that if we follow where the steward is taking us. Their passion is contagious. They inspire others to put in their additional efforts for the benefit of the city. Do you want to ask them to provide something specific? More workforce.
The Evolvers rally in celebration of the steward leadership. All curious minds are invited to join them.
We're doing okay. It's not the best, but I mean, it's not the worst either, I suppose. Woo, it passed. Barely, but it passed. Unwanted destiny. Steward, a father has come to your office with his son. They both ask you to hear him out. This boy is not cut out for a blacksmith, says the father. His knack is for words, poetry. I can bend steel, but he can stir souls. Please let him be apprenticed under someone who can teach him to use his talents. But please echo the sentiment of some of that family apprenticeship. Limits the prosperities of children born into it. Make law more flexible. Apprenticeship to non-relatives allowed. Which I think is totally fair. Settlement furnace. Thanks to our advancement generator adaptability, we could develop a furnace that could sustain small populations in permanent frostbitten settlements. Alright. During the rise, Evokers were inspired to research new policies on their own accord. The most recent research was regarding weather workers' shifts. They presented the result of their private study, weather-adjusted shifts to the city. We've done the work. All the steward has to do is put it to a vote. They call it on you to pledge the support for the law. We'll act on these ideas later if necessary. Alright! Pump jacks! We should research that. And we're gonna go ahead and do this one because... Duh. More stuff. Steam. Alright, time to research the next adaptability for the generator. Surgeon has, for the first time, saved the life of a patient suffering from appendicitis by removing the diseased organ. The students in the operating theater broke into applause when the procedure succeeded. All 5 patients during the previous attempts have died. We got lucky this time. Should we make such a show for these surgeries? They can watch. How do you think they're gonna learn?
Heat stamps.
Stewart.
Dr. Morton, the teaching hospital surgeon who performed this surgery, successfully attempted this procedure again. Unfortunately, this time it failed. Our boy was butchered.
Stewart.
We must prepare for
getting
the
colder.
storm.
Stewart.
Terrible good. Stuart Young literally brought us a prototype of a lamp. Effective at decreasing goods demand. Fantastic.
Stewart.
Your lamps save lives. Fantastic.
Stewart.
Hot-blooded. Evolvers have begun experimenting with purge devices that will help us embrace the frost. The most prominent of these is blood-warming devices. Subjects' blood is pumped through their lamp to increase its temperature. One of the doctors have explained the result is an outstanding resistance to exposure. The device is gaining popularity amongst aspiring settlers, but the Frost Keepers have decried it as monstrosity. Have you tried the blood warmer yet? Have you tried the blood warmer? This is fantastic. Reason.
Stewart.
Experimental adaptation. The Evolver's experiments have reached a new level. In addition to blood warmers outside the body, they have begun using oil to power improved prosthetics. I don't feel like a bird anymore, said one of the Evolvers who had lost an arm to frostbite. Out in the settlement, I'd be able to work in the cold longer than anyone else. The Faithkeepers, however, are terrified. They ask you to ban these experiments. The human body is sacred. Soon everybody will be pressured into these adjustments, which whoever refuses is left to freed. So continue experiments. Evolver's workforce ratio increases, unlocks the enhanced work for actions. Evolver's fear is increased, or ban. Cannot leave our humanity behind. We're gonna ban them. Either way, it would have increased. I don't want everyone here to turn into a bunch of robots. It's kind of a little bit morbid. Experimental treatment.
The
It passed.
have it.
Tritters. Deliver the promised oil. Okay, go. So construct or upgrade a settlement to have a significant populace there. Over 2,000. Create settlement. Right. Upgrade settlement. I tell them, yes, it's bloody cold. Soup smells like crap. The guys, too. That's not the point. Being part of the first settlement in my life, a chance to breathe the air other than New London. Do this right. This time. That feeling. Our first settlement is fully operational. Okay, okay. I see. Make these little settlements now. Ah. I used to be able to keep up. Today, they just laughed at me. No arm? How will you ever meet quota like that? I used to be faster when I had the special arm from Uncle Charlie. Took oil and puffed smoke, but we're not allowed them anymore. As instructed, we have halted the Evolver's experiments. I guess forged additives isn't a terrible idea. It's not terrible. People provide extra food, and you know that's something we need, right?
The delegates have spoken. The law takes effect.
Our protest. Stewart, relations with the Faith Keepers have become unbearably tense. They see your current efforts as utter folly and spit on the ground whenever they enter the council. If there wasn't a whiteout at our door, we would be out there with our fists held high, dragging the city to a halt until the finally to see reason they were born. Search equal pay. We can do that. I'm not researching anything right now anyways. Equal pay! Directly in half.
The eyes have it.
Youngblood, Sir Young Doctor name has come forth with a complaint. Your chief physician at my clinic hasn't developed any new treatment in months. What's worse, whenever I propose one myself, he's always delays for more analysis. Meanwhile, our patients languish. So argues that under experimental treatment law, the chief physician should be replaced by GhJared, of course. Sure, go ahead and replace him. Some theme. I know I needed to research a new work model. The harsh world has no place for weakness. We will solely rely on the fitness and strongest workers and push them to achieve their maximum potential. Okay. Gotta vote quickly because we gotta do another vote. You know, outsiders and whatnot. Steward. Hauser, the doctor whom you recently allowed to rise to the rank of chief physician, is proud to announce his clinic has discovered a new cure for consumption. Hauser gave his patients the extract of a certain mold. I guess that's how they spelled mold in Europe, which is interesting. And the vast majority recovered. Soon the whole city will use this method. Disease is slightly decreased. I see. Good job. Good job. Miracle cure discovered. I did want to establish this, but Storm's in it now, so. Alright. Now let us go ahead and get the outsiders. We're going to do all are welcome. Hardened pioneers capable of handling themselves. Okay, sure. Sure.
Hear ye, the proposal approved.
Oh, maybe I was supposed to build this, but I haven't. Whoops.
Stupid.
Rally new voters, promise ideas. Ex-workers, the Star Sword has no place for weakness. That, I believe, is an extreme. New work model. They presented the results in private study. Apex workers to the city. We've done the work. All this has to do is put it into vote. We will solely rely on the fitness of the strongest workers and push them to achieve their maximum. Production efficiency is slightly increased. Heat demand is decreased per all districts. Sure. I guess. Maybe an extreme, but I mean, I don't see any negatives. I want to keep the New Londoners pretty happy because I want to de-radicalize the Faith Keepers when that eventually happens. I can de-radicalize it and hopefully have a more peaceful city. Let's see if it passes. It passed!
The proposed law has been approved.
Here comes the storm. Enough coal to last for 13 weeks. We should be okay. 27 weeks of food, 23 weeks of that, 31, and then 97 weeks of that. So we'll be A-okay, A-okay. Sir, the evokers have seized the city's main temple and converted it into a hospital for whiteout victims. Maintain the hospital. Go ahead and de-radicalize them, thank you. Guys, first of all, the Faith Keepers should all be for this. All helping the needy and the concerned. Like, they should absolutely be like, oh yeah, we can, you know, convert our massive church here into a sanctuary for people to help heal them and whatnot. But no. Dear man. Radical law on agenda. The current law on the agenda goes beyond what a common citizen finds thinkable. It will be difficult to pass than others, and once enacted, it will radicalize both for and against factions in society, which is exactly why we're just gonna put it up to vote and let the city decide. I will not favor one outcome or the other. And it passed.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
And there we go. Whiteout survived.
Experimental treatment.
It's just
Be proud.
that easy.
You have joined the vanguard of medical knowledge.
Either I've increased my skill in this game a lot, or it was not nearly as difficult as the whiteout in the first game. Establish a second city. Must each return home and chart the area around it. We should take time to prepare resources and workforce to train to which home will pose significant challenges. Yep. Yes. Pressure points. Sure, the Faith Keepers have gathered in mass publicly. logging themselves to atone for your decision to settle Winterhome. Our pitiful flesh is weak, one priest cries as he whipped himself. It needs warmth, a stronger generator to survive. We could salvage the cores from Winterhome, that we might thrive once again. The Evolvers argue that this is an act of self-flagration. It's a public disturbance and warn it may encourage us to join the Faithkeeper. We'll ban it. That's disturbing. And then I'll go over here and say, hey,
Steward.
in 26 weeks, we will tell you to de-radicalize them. Oh, I should upgrade this. Create settlement, please. Thank you. I wish it was easier to tell what areas I could explore and what I can't. So more and more workplaces are run productively and through vile trials to decide whether they are worthy Apex workers who will be able to keep up with the rest. They told me I got the job and then pulled out one of their tubes and surges and said, a distressed worker, those demons tried to give me a blood warmer free of charge. I barely got away. While we are receiving more and more complaints, some people argue that the practice is a way to allow the law properly. This is what it takes to root out the weakness of the workplace, so as to be, outlaw them. Ship with Frostlanders and well, if it's what it takes. Is this a T-pose? Yeah, it is. These are T-poses. Faithkeepers protest. Steward, the Faithkeepers have taken to the streets in protest against the Frostland settlement effort. They march in solemn procession, swinging thimbles. Not thimbles. What are they called? Beer balls? I have no idea. And dragging behind them bisected animal carcass. A symbol of the death that will follow if we keep following the Evokers. Hubris. We kept silent as the whiteout endangered us all, but no more. They evidently feel they have no further recourse to make their dissent known. What should we do? Accept their demands. Within 3 weeks, demolish one recycling facility. Repeal Apex work. For their vision, if you let them have their way, if you could protest for their research beautiful youth, research conservative treatment. Convince them to stop, raise the relationship, stop the proof. And then here we have our first protests. Shoot to end counter protest. Protest will collapse one by one. Promise to build advanced factoring pump jack. Promise to pass support quarantine. Promise to research mandatory unions. Okay, I can do that. We're not doing anything else right now, so sure. It'll be fine. Don't wind yourself up. This opening is a new chance, a new opportunity. Why do they have an opening, though? What happened to the previous guy? Whatever it is, you can take it. You're young, you're strong, you're an Apex worker. You're the Apex worker. I'm so screwed. Maybe I should turn back and tell Sue they rejected me. You have a lot of extreme recruitment methods under the Apex laws. Yeah, the Apex laws maybe isn't a good idea. What's going on here? Well, as a shock to literally no one but myself, letting Squalor run rampant is a terrible, terrible idea. Wait. Protests begin collapsing. Good. And your mandatory unions.
The delegates
It passed.
have
It
spoken.
just
The
barely
law
passed.
takes effect.
Dreams of Utopia. Steward, to the delighted Evokers, the city is now firmly embracing adaptation and appears to be on the path to making adaptation a cornerstone of society. We must ensure that our city aligns with progress, declared a member of the Evokers. We need to fully embrace adaptation. All progress laws in buildings will increase tension as long as adaptation is high. I didn't realize adaptation got super high. But let's go ahead and de-radicalize. Fun projects. Whatever you want to do. Because we need you guys to de-radicalize the Faithkeepers. The research seems to be kind of strange in this game. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of it. If I like it or not. Hungry for more, Steward. All unions have gathered in Congress to celebrate social progress and coordinate their efforts. Word Word is they intend to demand more rations for workers as compensation. With the entire city needed for production at hands, openly opposing the idea would no doubt result in massive strikes. However, if a tailored look for some of the leaders is an indication, it seems like they are in dire need of funding. Perhaps if we were to make a substantial donations, their leaders could be persuaded to drop the extra rations of fare. Mandatory unions bribe leaders. Oh, you guys can have more food. You guys work more, right? So have more food. And if we have to build a food district with our people, then let it be, you know, and it's not a big deal. It has passed.
The delegates have spoken.
What is this? Where health-promoting nutrients are extracted from corpses and bottled for distribution to enrich our people's diets. Huh? I had to double take on the word corpses because I was like, did I really read that right? And I sure as hell did. Wild. Sir, the city's unions are holding round-table discussions to find new ways to improve the welfare for the workers and their families. An autonomous source talks informed us that they intend to allocate goods as supplemental compensation for the workers. Let the workers have more goods. Sure, take some goods. I don't care. I mean, we got plenty of them. In the last 92 weeks, I don't think I need to worry about it.